So at the beginning of the year, I added Stranger Things to an old painting. I found this piece on Facebook Marketplace, and it instantly gave me Stranger Things vibes. So I decided to transform it. First, I added the Surfer Boy pizza van parked in front of the Creel house. Then I added a gate to the upside down. I added the Mind Flayer in the sky and transformed the house on the right into the buyer's house. You can see the iconic Christmas light alphabet scene through the hole in the wall. In front of the abandoned buyer's house, I painted the abandoned remains of the playground across the street from the Creel house. I challenged myself with every little detail. Next, I painted Will's bike in front of the buyer's house. Next to the streetlight is an overflowing trash can. Some of the most iconic items from the show are littered around the area. As this trail of trash moves along, it slowly turns into food items. And that's because Dart was digging through the trash. Now he's leaning against the tree, eating a Three Musketeer and enjoying the sunset. A swarm of demo bats are flying in and landing on the Creel house. I abandoned the rest of the buildings and spray painted Friends Don't Lie up on the brick building. Then I abandoned the Surfer Boy pizza van. There's something so intriguing about seeing Hawkins abandoned and lost in time. I repainted the truck in the background to be Hopper's truck. I painted the grandfather clock into one tree and a Hellfire Club flyer on the other. On the curb is a jar of peanut butter for Hopper and Steve's bloody bat. Lucas's Schwinn is leaning against the Creel house. I had to include Max's headphones and Walkman. Right next to them is Billy's whistle. Broken walkie-talkie lays on the ground right next to Eddie's guitar. Up front, I painted the D&D board that was in the show, and it looks like Dart is reminiscing and playing with Dustin's hat. Then I added Will's drawing of the Mind Flayer as a final touch. Signed prints of this painting are now available on my website. The last season of Stranger Things premieres tonight. To be honest, I don't want this show to end, but I'm excited to see the grand finale. My wife and I are huge Stranger Things fans, so I went all in on this painting, not only to honor one of my favorite shows, but to honor some of my favorite memories. I decided to customize the mat of this painting. I hand-carved roots out of air-dried foam. Then I used my paints to age the mat and detail the roots. I hope this painting makes the fans proud. It's okay if you can't afford a print. Likes and shares are just as valuable.